Well, if you're one of the millions and millions of people who are Elvis Presley fans, including myself, this is a big deal to be watching QVC because this anticipated, I think, one of the most anticipated records to come out from Elvis Presley for a long, long time. The #1 hits, 30, including a bonus track. Hearing about it, reading about it, watching Entertainment Tonight, watching the Today Show, guess what? It's available here, now, and only here on QVC. Worldwide launch, and QVC has that launch. Stay tuned and welcome to an entire hour and a tribute to the King of Rock and Roll. There's a lot to get to, everybody. We're going to take your phone calls. We're going to have some fun, a lot of brand new items. Let's give you a preview and a sneak peek of what's coming up, and including Peace in the Valley. This set of 3 CDs, Grammy-winning, amazing music, wonderful gospel music. Elvis loved gospel music. Said there's nothing better in the world than gospel music, and you've got Grammy-winning hits here, cassettes or CDs. 3 CDs, E26649. 87 gospel classics from the King. Brand new. The Elvis 25th anniversary black denim jacket for $60. Medium, large, and extra large. Want to show your fandom, if you will, to the King of Rock and Roll, $60. It's 831972. More gold records, more platinum records in this 25th anniversary limited edition framed Elvis postal cachet collage is going to be stamped with this date, 25 years after the passing of Elvis Presley. See 21004 for $40. That's coming up. Elvis Goes Country, one of the most popular CDs and cassettes of the last couple of years. Now, you can pick it up $21 or $28. Elvis Does Country, E29392. Elvis Presley, the King of Rock and Roll, actually started as a country artist. Many of you know that. The 25th anniversary LP. This is a framed LP. How cool is this? Beautifully framed and matted piece of Silvertone LP, individually numbered text plate listing some of Elvis Presley's most notable achievements. See 20085. And this colorized 25th anniversary Silver Eagle, $33.75. This is going to be a prized possession for fans. And there's Elvis Presley, GI Elvis Presley, see 20203. And porcelain hinged box figurines coming up. These are clearance price. When they're gone, they're going to be gone. So they're really limited figurines. C68916. The Graceland porcelain box, and then the Rockabilly. The Rockabilly Elvis in his prime. Porcelain box. The top 10 hits. Now these are great, great hits. Over 30 of the King all-time hits, 2 CD set, 19 songs that hit the top 10 over the course of Elvis's career. That's one of the great music sets that we have in the hour. We also have this Elvis Presley tribute coin and stamp set for $36.25. See 19660. That's coming up in just a little bit. The Elvis Presley brand new kissing guitar Silvertone pocket watch. This is $32.25. Elvis kissing his guitar. It's J46571. Very cool. Check this out. Blue Hawaii. In this Blue Hawaii reproduction Hawaiian shirt, a reproduction of the shirt that Elvis wore in the movie, a 77235 for $59. And guys, get on the line now. Advanced orders shipped to you September 24th. We have the worldwide launch tonight, E11818. $12 or $18 for the CD or the cassettes. This is the most anticipated record from Elvis Presley land for years and years and years. All the #1s, not only in America, but also in England, and then a bonus track that we'll talk to Mike Ornansky about during this show. Mike, President of Worldwide Marketing,
hey,
thank you so much for being here. And also a consultant to BMG?
Yes, BMG, yes. BMG Heritage, RCA Records.
You're a big, big part of Elvis and Elvis compilations. You worked with RCA for many, many years.
Right.
So you're as excited about this #1 set as we are you?
Very excited about it. It's a terrific product. It's an opportunity to get the 18 #1 hits from the United States, as I said, a dozen from the UK, and there was also a hit this past year, in the past couple months.
How much does that blow you away?
Which is
to
amazing.
Have this worldwide #1 in England hit of Elvis Presley 25 years after this gentleman, this king of rock and roll, passed away.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's an amazing product.
Let's get into it, guys. If you're a big fan, this is the 1 a.m. show. We also have a 9 p.m. show coming up later on tonight with a live studio audience. But if you want to kind of get a heads up on things, let's get started with E26649, Peace in the Valley, 87 gospel classics from the King.
Right. This represents every single known gospel song that Elvis ever recorded. And it's the first time it's been put in one place. Now, we premiered this on QVC a couple of years ago, and it's already proven to be, time and time again, a very strong seller. And we keep selling through them here. It includes 2 complete Grammy Award-winning albums within it.
Interesting because Elvis Presley won Grammys for gospel music, never for rock and roll. He never won a Grammy for rock and roll.
That's right. It was How Great Thou Art and He Touched Me, which are both included in this set.
Great. Oh, let's listen.
When the storms of life are raging, stand by me. Stand by me. When the storms of life are raging, stand by me. When the world is tossing me like a ship out on the sea, thou who rulest wind and water.
You know, there are a lot of singers, a lot of bands who would love to record 87 songs. This is just in one category of this guy's recording career. He recorded 87, I'm looking at the list on the back, and this is just in gospel music, and we're talking about the king of rock and roll who recorded more gospel tunes than some gospel singers.
That's true, but even though he's the king of rock and roll, his roots, his personal roots, were in gospel before he went on to perform and sing when he was a child.
I think in his latter-day career, I think his heart was also in gospel music.
Yes, it was.
As he was getting closer and closer to God, I think his soul was in gospel music. Let's go to the phones. Tammy from North Carolina. Hi, Tammy.
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
Hi, Tammy.
We're doing
morning.
well. How big a fan are you, Tammy?
Oh, my God. As I was a little girl, my grandmother would take me to his movies. I would sit in her lap, and she would just rock me to sleep singing his gospel songs. And I mean, all the movies. I am the hugest fan.
Are you picking up Peace in the Valley?
Yes, I am.
You know what you're going to love, too, is this booklet. Although it seems like a little booklet that's coming with it, it is so chock full of the story of Elvis and gospel music and his love and really the history of gospel music in America. It's like a walk through time filled with photographs, and I think you're going to love it, Tammy. His complete gospel recordings.
I think we all need to get back to gospel music, to tell you the truth.
Truly timeless music.
And one thing, Tammy, also, which we like to point out, is this was digitally remastered a couple years ago for the best sound quality ever for these gospel songs. We haven't changed his voice or anything like that. We made it sound as best as it possibly can.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get it. And I've already placed my order for a whole bunch of other things as well. Don't you think? This was my first, but there was about 15 other things.
There's a lot coming up.
I guess you're a fan, huh, Tammy?
Thank you, Tammy.
Yes, I am. He is wonderful, and I can't thank you guys enough for bringing him here. And, you know, I can remember the day that I heard that he passed away. I was at Carolina Beach, North Carolina. I used to live in New Jersey, and we were at Carolina Beach at the Accordion Motel. And I cried and cried and cried
Did you really?
when I heard he passed
Did you
away.
really? Wow. Wow, it moved a lot of people. There were.
Oh, my gosh. I wanted to go to Graceland so bad.
Tammy, enjoy this.
Thank you so much for allowing me to speak to you, and you guys have a wonderful time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tammy.
Bye-bye now.
You know, when you listen to her voice, we're going to talk about Tammy, people like Tammy, this entire hour, because this is not a little deal. She is really into Elvis Presley, and millions of people are already popular, everyone. We're going to ship this to you around the corner, September 24th. 500 people have already dialed in. We have the national check. We have the worldwide launch. Just here, right now, E11818.
And
30
this-
number 1 hits.
and
And,
I-
that bonus track.
Just want to say, Rick, that it's always a great pleasure to launch with you personally these great albums worldwide, and to have QVC and its customers have the first shot.
Awesome. Awesome. Here it is, by the way. Awesome, by the way. The limited edition framed Elvis postal cachet collage. That's dated and going to be dated for you. That's advanced orders August 16th, 2002, 25 years after the passing of the King of Rock and Roll. This is that Elvis number 1s. That's loaded, again, chock full of stories behind each and every song. They were all number 1. And you know what else? You know what's great about this is as we move into a great, this is brand new, right, Grant? This denim jacket? This black denim jacket is brand spanking new for $60 with a simile effect signature. But I mean, it's exactly his style, or his font, if you will, the way Elvis Presley signed it. Brand new today on this denim jacket. And denim jacket's very cool, so you know what? We had to do one with Elvis Presley. And take a look at that. EP 25. You know, we were reading up on Elvis a while back. You know, what's the phrase on this? Before anybody did anything, Elvis Presley did everything.
Yeah, it was like there was nobody before Elvis, or before Elvis there was nobody.
It's pretty amazing, though, because his influence on the culture, his influence on rock and roll, his influence on fashion. His influence on fashion was pretty amazing. And this was all, although he was imitating everything from truck drivers to some of the African-American musicians at the time, it was a personal style that he created. It was an original style when he first recorded and was first photographed. You see him as a very, very young guy, 18, 19 years old. And he looks like Elvis Presley. I mean, his hair, his clothing, his collar, his shoes, it's his choice.
And one of the things you mentioned about the fashion and connecting to the prior caller in, one of the most powerful experiences for me at Graceland, the first time I was down there, was when we were about 3/4 of the way through the tour, and I saw the jumpsuit that he wore at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
That is a very powerful experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it really, you realize how big this man was and how much he had.
Yeah.
And the problems he had and the successes that he had.
Yeah.
And it just came forth, because that is one of the Madison Square Garden concert we've talked about in the past was one of his defining moments.
It truly, truly was. And this brand new denim jacket is yours if you want to pick it up. Now, it's $60. It is subtly done on the front, but definitely if you're a big fan of Elvis Presley, you can check it out and why it says Elvis Presley and why you want to let people know that. And then coming and going. There it is. Elvis Presley, 25, obviously legendary. More platinum albums, more gold albums, and arguably one of the most famous people in 20th century America.
Absolutely.
No question about it.
Right, with still high recognition today
Yeah.
of the populace.
I mean, you think about the famous.
numbers are
You
staggering.
think about the famous people today. You think about. I mean, I saw an E special the other night, and they were doing comparisons. I have nothing against any of the other groups today, the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or any of the really popular groups, but let's be real here. There was no comparison to the frenzy and to how he captivated the masses, how he shocked the masses at one time. He was the man. A 31972. That's available. That's brand new. Here in this Elvis Presley tribute, in the Graceland choice, we have fewer than 3 dozen. And the Rockabilly Cat, about 100 remaining. C 68916. Clearance price. When they're gone, they're gone. Hey, Krista joined us last hour for Royal Palace Rugs, and she's going to be joining you next hour with a living legend. His name's Kenneth J. Lane. Hi, Krista. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well, Rick. Thank you so much. And you know what? I do have 2 spectacular hours coming up. This is going to be an entire devotion to the jewelry of Kenneth J. Lane. He is a living legend. And one of the best things about his creations, if you're unfamiliar with his name, is the fact that for generations, truly, he has adorned royalty. He has adorned the most famous faces in America. He has adorned first ladies. And now we're offering you the jewelry that he creates here at QVC. We have so many values in the show. The necklace, the earrings, the matching earrings, by the way, that I am wearing coming up. This is going to be the final presentation that you see on this particular necklace, and it's called our reversible enamel necklace. It's priced at $60. For the first time ever, it's being offered on 3 easy payments of $20. It's going to be 16 3/4 inches in length, but it has a 2-inch extender. Best of all, though, all right, here we go. Notice how this necklace is entirely reversible. So I go from a really chic black and white to a beautiful enameling of 100 green and blue, all combined for 3 easy payments of $20. Now, the best part about our show coming up in the next 2 hours is the fact that everything in the program is going to be specially priced, and you'll find that many of these easy pay opportunities, for instance on this necklace, are going to go away at 4 a.m. So they're only good for the show. So make sure you join us. Lots of pricing, only good for the next 2 hours. And we're going to go ahead and check back in with Rick and, of course, carry on with the tradition of the King. I'll see you in just a minute.
Thank you so much, Krista. We're talking about the passing of the King of Rock and Roll. And I'm here with Michael Mansky, who worked with RCA for years and years and years, now president of his own company that is really helping to create and bring a lot of this memorabilia to us. You're also an aficionado, an expert, and a fan of Elvis Presley. Finally, you're a fan of Elvis Presley. And in reading some of the stuff and studying up on this show, you're reminded 10 million people have visited Graceland since it opened, and it didn't open until 1982.
That's
and
correct.
Take a look at what we have here. Speaking of statistics, as we take a look at a 25th anniversary limited edition, what's called a framed Elvis postal cachet collage. All right, for $40, here is the deal. I mean, that's very important because what are we seeing up here? We're seeing Memphis, August 16th, 2002. So it's going to be stamped,
Today.
dated for this time. We're really busy on the phones, by the way. QVC.com. Why? Because people want to get in on, whoa, the number ones. Only available here right now. 1,000 people have already dialed in. If you want yours, there it is. It is 30 number one hits. What's the name of that song that's number one in Europe?
A little less conversation.
A Little Less Conversation. It's an Elvis Presley song. It's reworked by a DJ.
Correct.
And it is, the most amazing thing about it is it's included with this set, and it just screams 2002. There's nothing dated about the song.
That's correct. It was number one in the charts in the UK, and it also was the number one single in the United States as well
It's amazing.
in 2002.
25 years later, he's still the king. And look at this shot from the beginning of his career in the gold lame suit towards the end of his career. On August 16, 1977, the world lost the King of Rock and Roll. We mourn the loss of Elvis Presley, just like our last caller said. She cried. More than 600,000 people visit Graceland every year. Come on down here, guys. You want to find out, hey, did he do anything? How about more than 150 songs that made the charts? 150 songs that made the charts. That is amazing. 114 that made the top 40. More than 1 billion records sold.
That's correct.
Even Mr. McCartney
Worldwide.
is saying, wow.
And by the way, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because this is the one and only 25th anniversary of his death.
Right.
And
They'll never be able to get that stamp again.
this is a one-time opportunity to get that stamp.
There it is. Elvis Presley, 25, Memphis, Tennessee, August 16th, 2002. That's what you're going to be getting. And we're going to be shipping this to you right around the corner. It's brand new. C21004. Joyce from Nebraska is joining us. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Joyce.
Hi. You got some really nice stuff on this, and I really appreciate it. I ordered this, and I'm a very big fan of Elvis.
First record that you heard of Elvis Presley, Joyce?
Huh?
The first record you heard Elvis Presley sing, do you remember?
I heard Jailhouse Rock, When Your Heartache Began, and I heard a lot of his old songs.
Yes, ma'am.
Any particular style of his that you favor?
I like it. I like the Suspicious Minds.
Oh, I love Suspicious Minds.
Suspicious Minds.
It's absolutely one of my favorites.
Included on this set,
Yes,
right?
it
I
is.
really love that
Suspicious
song.
Minds is one
Number
of the
one
greatest. It's a number one song. I think it's one of the best songs he ever recorded, period.
Yeah.
I think it's my favorite song, too.
I
It's
love
a
Suspicious
beautiful,
Minds.
beautiful song. It's been redone by so many other artists, too. Thank
Yeah.
you, Joyce. We're going to send this your way.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
By the way, this is beautifully done. You can see the gold fame. This is a very special product produced only for QVC, only right here at QVC. The postal cachet, hand-canceled on the 25th anniversary of Tennessee. Full color image of Elvis during his popular Las Vegas show period. And then the young Elvis in gold lame. Limited to the numbers sold on QVC. Hey, by the way, Blue Hawaii Reproduction Hawaiian shirt. Fewer than a couple dozen to go around now. For $59, it's a 77235. Hey, now over 1,200 people have dialed in. That's still to come. Ship this right around the corner on the 24th of September, E11818. All right? Very good. All right. let's move in. Before we get to this, and this is coming up towards the end of the show, if you want to chat on the air about the #1 hits, and we'll be listening to music, but first, let's get to some really, really stellar performances. 51 performances here.
Right, on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes.
51 performances, 87 in gospel, and now another 51 in country music.
Right, and this album just came out last November.
Yeah.
And it's the first 2 CD Elvis country set that RCA Records ever released. It really captures his fascination with country music from his early demo of It Wouldn't Be the Same Thing Without You to the last studio recording ever, He'll Have to Go. So it really, once again, spans his career.
Excuse me, 829392. My buddy Dan Wheeler, who's going to do the show tonight at 9 p.m., is a big fan of an Eddie Rabbitt song called Kentucky Rain. Kentucky Rain is another song that's within this. Let's listen to some country music by Elvis.
Because of you, no matter what the world may say about me, I know your love will always see me through. I get off my shoulder, say the things we used to say.
Love that song. He really makes it his own, doesn't he?
Make it go away.
Make it good. By the way, did you know, here's a little bit of trivia for you. Tell us a little bit of trivia about what happened right before Heartbreak Hotel, which was his first quote-unquote hit.
Right. His first ever #1 hit was actually on the country charts, just before Heartbreak Hotel. I Forgot to Remember to Forget. So it was really country that preceded the rock.
Is it included here?
It's included here.
Country star before he was a rock and roll star, a gospel star, a ballad singer that was absolutely unparalleled, all now in a 2 CD set or 2 cassettes, so it's your choice, and it's just great. Great, great music. You know, with all the talk about his fame, about his clothes, about his look, great looking guy, about his movie career, I think sometimes, especially for younger people, the music gets lost, but it was always about the music.
Right, it always was about the music. And actually, one of the things, too, related to this country set, the first 18 months of his career, he was touring with fellow country artists, usually at the bottom of the bill with Hank Snow.
Opening for Hank Snow.
Right.
E29392. Your choice, cassettes or CDs? 2 CDs or cassettes. Elvis and country. And still to come, the colorized 25th anniversary Silver Eagle for $33.75. C20203. Stay tuned for that. And the top 10 hits. The top 10 hits is a 2 CD set. Fewer than 200 to go around, so really, really limited there. For $23.52, it is E29577. Okay? All right. This is a collectible. If you're a fan, I mean really a fan, this is going to be a must-have piece. This is a limited edition 25th anniversary LP. Remember the days of the LP? And they did this up in a beautiful, beautiful way. For someone who starred in 33 motion pictures, got a Lifetime Achievement Award in 1971, the king of rock and roll. Over 1 billion records sold. And look at this LP. What's done here, it's an individually numbered text plate. So each and every one within this plate is going to be numbered 281 out of 2,500. It's a limited edition of 2,500. And 3 different images of Elvis have all been etched onto the actual record. So it is an actual record with a platinum kind of color to it. And you have Elvis in one of the most famous shots where he's wearing that turtleneck. And there you see, that looks like 1956, both of these shots, right from the early days. And there's that simulated, simulated signature that's right in the bottom. Fewer than 150 to go around now for $89.92.
And 1956 was really the year that signifies his rise to power and becoming such an overwhelming factor in the market. He roared onto the scene as this young rocker.
Absolutely. And nobody had a clue what was going to happen after that. how everything was going to change. And you know what's amazing is that again, with everything that's been said about Elvis Presley through the years, I'm not going to add anything, you know, that's all that enlightening, other than when you hear other famous singers. Everything from Bono to U2, to the lead singer of Led Zeppelin, to Elvis Costello. All of these people admire, are in awe of Elvis Presley. There's a respect there from rock and roll and music from then till now.
That's absolutely right.
John Lennon, another great example.
It's a great example, actually.
Yeah, big fan of Elvis Presley.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one. He still is the gold standard.
No
Nobody's
question
come
about
along
it.
to challenge him.
Truly, truly the king. Here you see fewer than 100 to go around, and that's it. Limited edition of 2,500. We have fewer than 100. Each and every one of these are going to be numbered. Beautifully done. You can see how it's matted, how it's double matted within it. There's a blue matting that's surrounding it. It's a silver or platinum frame, if you will, and a gorgeous depiction of Elvis Presley. So if you're a big fan and really want to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the passing of Elvis Presley, do you recall, by the way, what you were doing, where you were? I'm throwing you a curveball question here. On that day, on August 16th?
Yeah, I do. I was, at the time, it goes back to a period of time in my life when I was in business school.
Got it.
And I was at Columbia University. And I was, since I'd previously worked, I was going to school through the summer.
Yeah.
So I remember it well.
Big, big, big news story. And an amazing, amazing couple days following that. 4 dozen remaining, C20085, $89.92. I'm referring, obviously, to the drive, to the funeral, on Memphis Boulevard, Elvis Presley Boulevard, I should say, for $89.92. Still to come. The Graceland choice did sell out. The Rockabilly Cat is still remaining, very limited though. That's a limited edition, fewer than 75. It's a porcelain hinged box. That's the PHB. And blue suede shoes in that porcelain hinged box, by the way. And C19660, the Elvis Presley tribute coin and stamp set for $36.25. All right? Just want to let you know that if you can't get through right now, it's because we're busy. So if you want to use automated ordering or QVC.com again, and you want to lock in and reserve these hits, these 30 #1 hits that changed music forever. Suspicious Minds is one of them. Burnin' Love is another one, another #1 hit. And what's remarkable about these hits, before we get into that Silver Eagle, is that he was a worldwide sensation. He is, to this day, huge in England.
Absolutely.
He is I mean, whether it's music, whether it's tributes, whether it's memorabilia, whether it's things like this 25th anniversary Silver Eagle, he is big. I mean, he's not as big in England as he is in America. England's a much, much smaller country.
Well, pro rata, he is. I mean,
He
is
is
a major
bigger
artist
there.
And as a matter of fact, it was when we're talking about the #1 hit album, the new one, A Little Conversation, was really the theme song for the World Cup soccer. And that's one of the things that drove it to #1 in the UK.
Wow. Take a look at what we have in store for you. If you're a coin collector, if you're an Elvis fan, let me take this out and show you both sides of this 25th anniversary commemorative colorized 2002. It is colorized on both sides. The obverse of the coin is going to give you Elvis in his uniform, along with vibrant red, white, and blue in the flag, full color on the reverse side of the coin. Comes in a separate acrylic holder. It's going to be the presentation case. Minted right here in the United States. Comes with a certificate of authenticity, so you can realize you're getting the real deal right from QVC in this Elvis Presley tribute. And there it is. And, you know, as if it wasn't enough that he sold 1 billion records in gospel, in country, in rock and roll, the guy also served in the Army. He also served his country.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And that was really, the footage of him going to the Army is classic.
Absolutely classic when they shaved his head. Love that shot. Still look great after he did it. $33.75 is your QVC price. It's a fully colorized coin. Special colorization process on this that is not going to come off, and it actually does say 1977 to 2002. In God We Trust, and it does say 2002 on the coin itself. So if you're a coin collector and want to turn somebody on to coin collecting who's also a huge fan of the King of Rock and Roll, this is a wonderful, wonderful way to do it. You know what's amazing as we celebrate, I don't know, celebrate, pay
Celebrate his
tribute.
life.
Celebrate his life is what you're doing. But how amazing, how the coverage of this still, and the things that are happening in the coverage of this. You know, the Katie Couric and the Today Show, they're down there for like a week,
Right.
hanging out, at Graceland and going to the TV room and talking about it and talking about his life and talking to people and talking to his former wife Priscilla and the E! Channel and newspapers and magazines.
And there's a concert down there tomorrow as well.
Why do you think it's still, big question, but why?
I think because Elvis is enduring. I think that the music really, in a sense, speaks for itself. I mean, no one has ever touched what this man did. He was versatile. He conquered all types of music. He brought his own presence to the forms of music, and the vocals are just amazing. And he really touched people's lives.
Yeah.
And the voice and the performance was amazing.
Would he be 67? Is that how old he would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, 67 years old. I bet you'd still be performing. Every interview
Yes, he
says
would.
the same thing.
Yep.
Larry King, and who did he have on the other night? Joe.
Esposito.
Yeah, Joe Esposito was on.
Right.
He said, yeah, he'd be performing, no
Yep.
doubt about it.
Yes, he would.
246-571. Elvis and the Kissing Guitar Silvertone Pocket Watch is still available. It's $32.25. Really cool item. And just a couple to go around now in the Blue Hawaii Reproduction Hawaiian shirt. $59. Extra large, last call. Double extra large. Just a couple dozen available there. A77235. All right. This is our first little figurine of the King, and this is really adorable. We did have one in Graceland sold out. If you want this one, this is clearance price, all right? So if you want this, when it's gone, it's never, ever coming back to QVC. It's a wonderful way, and it's really inexpensive, and a great way to, great place to put your ring, your Dominique ring, or your wedding ring, or your blue suede shoes, the Rockabilly from 1956, and take a look at the shoes that are also popping in there. How adorable, how cool is that? Look at that, check that out. You see the blue suede shoes?
I see the little shoes are in there.
By the way, this is an all porcelain. It's a porcelain hinged box. And so all 100% porcelain. There you see the facsimile signature. And it's going to be, in terms of height, about 3¼ inches high. The box is black, gold tone color in the name, and standing there with a microphone, who danced with that microphone on top of that box, wearing the blue jacket, socks, black pants, and it's $18, and a great way to just kind of, a great little gift to give to someone, isn't it?
It's a performing Elvis.
It's a performing Elvis. A great gift to give to someone who's a big fan, or maybe newer to the music of Elvis Presley. Maybe you're a big fan of it. Or maybe your mom's birthday is coming up and you know that, man, she just loves Elvis Presley. Or maybe it's a grandmother. I mean, you would be 67 years old. People who are big fans, who are you hear and watch movies about the reaction to fans at this time and see that footage and see how they were almost, if not totally, out of control.
Yeah, it was borderline hysteria.
I hear that stories about that. You know who told a great story was he wrote Carl Perkins. He wrote
Right.
and he toured with Elvis Presley. And this is a guy who was a star as well. No schlep here. This is a guy who wrote Blue Suede Shoes, one of the most famous rock and roll songs of all time.
That's
and
right.
he talked about how women would they bite their fingernails off. They would pull their hair out. They were freaking out. He's like, I can't believe what's happening here. That was the hysteria. Hey, that's sold out. Congratulations. Still to come. 1,600 people have dialed in. Most people getting the CDs. Hey, digitally remastered, every one of these tracks, cassette or CD, your choice, the brand new #1 hits. 30, including that bonus track. So it's actually 31, right?
Right.
Only available right here at QVC. How cool is that? We have the worldwide launch. Lisa Robertson has a QVC sampler coming up later on tonight. By the way, I have Gold Day coming up at 11 p.m. Don't miss that.
This Friday is the only day in August our popular Jazz Portable Power Source is available on Easy Pay. See the light for 2 easy payments under $40. Discover how many ways you can use this multi-purpose power source. This Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern during the QVC Sampler.
We're coming back. Michael Mansky. When did you get to be a fan of Elvis Presley? I mean, you're not 67 years old.
Nope.
You're around my age.
Well, I actually
You grew up in
got.
the late 60s and 70s?
I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and obviously Elvis was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember his comeback. You know, that was very well publicized at the time, right?
International Hotel.
Right, and the NBC special,
And the NBC special 1968.
right? So, I mean, those are images in my mind. And then if you roll the tape ahead, when I first got into the music business in 1984, I was working with one of the people in one of my departments, was an Elvis expert at the time. And he got me very interested in learning about Elvis Presley.
Take a look at what we have here, the top 10 hits. It's a 2 CD set. We don't have a lot of these to go around or a lot of time to talk about it. 2352. Do we have a scroll of the songs? If not, let me tell you what you're going to be getting and show you what you're going to be getting on the other side.
Hound
There they
Dog, Jailhouse Rock, In the Ghetto, Suspicious Minds, classic ballads like Love Me Tender, Are You Lonesome Tonight? You've got gospel represented here. Are
All
You Crying in the
38
Chapel?
hits in all, right? Mm-hmm. And they're from, the great thing about this is, they're from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, are they not?
Yes.
They're 2 CD set all in one package, if you will.
Right. Disc 1 is the 1950s, and Disc 2 are the hits from the 60s and 70s.
Amazing.
You also have some movie classics in there too, as well as the semi-operatic It's Now or Never and Surrender.
Great. Also a live Las Vegas performance, yes?
No Wonder of You.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey,
So it's quite a collection.
it truly is, but very limited now. But if you want to pick this up, you can. If you want to wait and pick up the brand new #1 hits, you have your choice. So it's really a matter of choices. There are different songs, though, on both CDs, so a lot of people will be picking up both, right?
Right,
Fewer
here-
than 100 to go around.
Yeah, here you're going deeper into the top 10
Yes, going deeper into that.
in the
top.
United States.
Crank.
All alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to who heart is true.
You know what's amazing
Baby, if I made you mad,
was listening, watching live, like I don't know if the Steve Allen show or which show it was, but listening to the Jordanaires in the background. They did a wonderful job too, didn't
Yes, yeah, the Jordanaires were terrific.
they? They were fantastic. True.
Still are, actually.
True live harmony. The actual Jordanaires are still with us and still performing?
Right.
Oh man, that's remarkable.
Like that. I saw them back him up in the touring Elvis concert.
Listen to this song.
because I love you too much, baby.
Just sold out. Congratulations.
Why can't you see?
The King. Long live the King, man. Another update for you. Wow, the limited edition frame 25th anniversary LP sold out. Holy moly. Still available. Hey, Peace in the Valley. You know, if you're a fan of the King of Rock and Roll, get this. He loved gospel, especially in the 70s, as much or more than he loved rock and roll. He was a huge gospel fan and grew up with it as well, obviously.
And if you love Elvis, you'd want the set. If
Yes.
you love gospel, you want the set. If you love both, you've got Heaven on Earth.
Yeah. Take a look at what we have. How many minutes away from the presentation of the #1 hits, Grant, my line producer? 10 minutes away, we're going to officially present the #1 hits. This is a worldwide launch. This is a big, big deal for Elvis fans. It's 30 hits plus that brand new song. Brand new song. When was it first recorded?
A long time ago.
Oh, we're gonna check on that. I threw you a curveball there. Let's move to the next one for $36.25. This Elvis Presley tribute and coin and stamp set. Really, really unique package. Look at what we have here. This is a matted postal and coin tribute. It was created specifically in honor of the 25th anniversary of the passing of Elvis Presley. It displays a numbered stamp sheetlet. It's called a sheetlet, and it contains 16 Elvis Presley stamps. These are Elvis Presley stamps, plus 4 different stamps from Tennessee, 2 Tennessee 24-karat gold-plated 2002 state quarters, and then the sheetlet is limited to 50,000 worldwide. Sheetlet stamps are legal tender in Grenada. 1 quarter is minted in Denver, and the other is part of the Philadelphia Mint. Comes with a manufacturer's certificate of authenticity. Fewer than 250 to go around. Comes in a clear plastic display case, about 9.5 by 11.5, all assembled right here in the United States. Just goes to show you how ubiquitous this guy was. He's on stamps. He's absolutely everywhere. Another example of what happened, though, to the marketing of Elvis Presley after he passed away.
Yeah, I mean,
He actually, in some ways, became
bigger.
bigger.
He did
Is
become
that
bigger.
safe to say?
It is very safe to say. I really believe that. I think you see it through the activities of the estate. You see it through RCA Records, which is in response to consumer demand.
Yeah.
And you know, why not? By the way, I don't want to go through the hour without mentioning he set another record this week that we should talk about.
Which is what?
There were 7 new certifications of gold and platinum albums, which means that he has now 139 gold and platinum albums and singles,
Because the reissues are going gold and platinum.
and some of the older ones
And
are
some of
too.
the old ones are going gold and platinum as
Both.
well.
It's a mixture of the two.
Oh my gosh. It's
So
just absolutely
139
amazing.
sets a new record not only for Elvis, but for the entire record industry in the United States, and that happened this week on
Wow.
Monday.
And fewer than 150 remaining. Now, let me give you a shot of this again and tell you once again, these are all, each one of these, numbered stamp sheetlet sets consisting of 16 Elvis Presley stamps, if you're just joining us, 4 different stamps from Tennessee, and 2 Tennessee 24-karat gold-plated 2002 state quarters. State quarters, gold-plated, from none other than Tennessee. Although he grew up, he was actually born in Tupelo, Mississippi, was he
That's
not?
correct, Tupelo.
He is still associated so highly
And people
with
still go to
Memphis,
Tupelo
Tennessee.
to see his birth area.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
But Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes.
Yes. 600,000 people a year. There's the Tennessee state flag. There you see the stamp issued in 1983. All of it in one tribute to Elvis Presley and the King of Rock and Roll. And,
Another thing that should also be mentioned.
you know, it's almost painful just how handsome that guy was, too. He really, people said that in person, like, he looked like that. That's not like a photo, ultra photo airbrushing. He really did look like that. I'm sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, I just want to mention that all these products that you're showing, just want to remind, these are official EPE, Elvis Presley Enterprises product
Wonderful.
that QVC carries.
They're not
Everything
made-
you carry.
Wonderful. All from Elvis Presley Enterprises.
Yes, they are.
Authorized by Elvis
Right.
Elvis Presley Enterprises. Still to come. Almost 2,000 people have dialed in. You're not going to want to miss out on this one. E11818. Worldwide launch. You go to one of the big stores right now. I'm going to one of the big stores. I'm going online. Can I get Elvis 30 #1 hits? Can I do that?
Not available.
Not now. It's not. You got to get it right here in QVC. Only extra large. Only 2X. And about a dozen remaining. That's in the Blue Hawaii reproduction. That's a reproduction of the shirt Elvis Presley wore in Blue Hawaii. Another great movie. I happen to be a big fan of a lot of the movies. I know a lot of people, you know, that's always the, I wish he would have made different movies. I wish he would have made different music at that time. Actually, you know what? He was a really, for what he did, for the parts that were given to him, he nailed it as an actor.
Yeah, did very well. And by the way, the answer to your trivia question for a few minutes ago was A Little Less Conversation.
Yes.
Was a movie song originally.
A movie
it was,
song
It was a
originally.
secondary movie song that has now become a #1 hit.
Unbelievable. Take a look at this. This is really cool. This is the Kissin' Guitar Silvertone pocket watch. So this is the pocket watch. I could just see some like 19-year-old kid wearing this thing and buying this thing. I could see you getting this for a high school kid who wants a pocket watch. It's silver, and he pops, hey, what time is it? And doggone it, it's Elvis Presley. You know the thing about Elvis Presley is just never, ever lost the cool. He's still as cool today as he always was. It's a big, thick Silvertone chain. Really, really great pocket watch. It's here on QVC, and it is brand spanking new. Tell the Time with Elvis. King of Rock and Roll, kissing his guitar. It's a really famous shot. That shot has been used many, many times throughout his career, has it not? Beautiful picture.
That's right.
Great photo. Black background, silver Arabic numerals and hour markers, black hour, minute, and second hands. About 250 to go around. It's a matte Silvertone case, raised replica of Elvis Presley's signature right up on the top. And then you've got that Silvertone chain with the belt. It's going to be about 20 inches long. So this is a really cool item. And if you're giving it as a gift, here's the hologram that lets you know that it's from Elvis Presley Enterprises.
Right,
That it's the
that's
real
right.
McCoy. It's
The
not
hologram.
a knockoff of a knockoff. So if you are, and by the way, Christmas gift, great idea. And let me just close that box and show you. Opens it up, and you open it up. It's Elvis Presley, and there it is. I like it.
That's the famous signature.
Yeah. $32.25. He was also a guy who readily, especially in the early days of his career, he couldn't do it in the latter days of his career, but he was an autograph signer. He was a giving back to the fans.
Yes,
he was a standing backstage.
He was a
before
give-
it got just insane,
Right.
where it was just like he was being mobbed. But prior to that, he was all about the fans.
He was a very giving person in a lot of ways. He was
Yeah.
charitable, and he really gave to the people around him.
Oh, in a major way,
Right, in a major
like
way.
Cadillacs and homes.
Right.
and- yeah.
Yeah.
To
That
the
was his
Memphis
idea
Mafia.
of a gift. A
Yeah.
Cadillac.
$32.25. Tell the Time with Elvis Presley. It's easy to read. It's a great gift. It's a wonderful photo. And yeah, would have liked to have been around the Graceland right around that time. A lot of fun had by Elvis and the guys, as we recall, as I've read about. J46571, probably as many biographies written about Elvis Presley as any celebrity, at least in the latter half of the 20th century.
And fantasy biographies.
And fantasy biographies as well, right.
Fantasy stories.
Exactly, the real thing and what happened and what really didn't happen. That's why it's really great to hear from people like Joe Esposito and people on Larry King who were actually there, who were telling the story kind of as it was. And by the way, are very protective of their friend.
Yes, they are.
In other words, it's not a backbiting story, a bitter story. It's a really loving story
It is a
to
loving
hear
story.
from people who are really close to him.
Yeah, there's a reverence about
There's a
Elvis
reverence,
Presley.
there truly is, and a true loss of a friend when he passed at the age of 42, right? 42? About 150 remaining at J46571. Quick peek at what's coming up next hour with Krista Pitts, and then we're going to present the star of the show. Kenneth J. Lane's enamel calla lily shoe charm is back on QVC. It's clearest price. It's $19.96 from the living legend. Great jewelry. Kenneth J. Lane. And also, Kenneth J. Lane's reversible enamel necklace is here. Love that. Final presentation, first time ever on 3 easy payments of $20. Stay tuned for that. Krista's wearing that. She was wearing it earlier during our Royal Palace show. All right, drum roll, please. As amazing as you would think, it's been 25 years. How are they going to create? How can you get something new from Elvis Presley? It's new. All the #1 hits. This is the #1 hit of all time in rock and roll, I think. Heartbreak Hotel. You hearing this?
Yep.
These are the hits you're going to be getting, guys. All #1.
30 plus 1, 31 altogether.
Incredible.
Now the bellhop's tears keep flowing, the desk clerk's dressed in black. Well, they've been so long.
There's such a presence to this song. It's a goosebump song. It just rocks. Yep. And it was recorded live. It was not an overdub song.
That's right.
Right?
You're right.
It's just such a...
Well, if your baby leaves you, you got a tale to tell.
Suspicious Minds is on this. Burnin' Love from the 70s, early 70s. Get this, get it. You're getting an incredible tribute. This is background on each and every song. It is packaged immaculately. It is photographed beautifully. Everything about this is really set up to be a reintroduction for yourself, for your children, for your grandchildren of someone who was a superstar, but was also a phenomenally talented, original artist.
And once again, digitally remastered, and you've got over 75 minutes of music on this disc.
75 minutes of music.
Over 75, yeah.
Wonderful. Linda from Pennsylvania, 2,300 people said, you know what, I want to be first. Worldwide launch on QVC. What made you dial in tonight? Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Are you here?
Yes, I am.
You a big Elvis fan, Linda?
Yes, I am.
What made you dial in for this set?
I've collected his stuff for a very long time, and his music is about the only one that I listen to.
Really? Really? Well, now they're all #1. They're all digitally remastered, and you've got this brand new song. Have you heard this new song, by the way?
A little less conversation.
A little less conversation. It's a remix. We're not going to play it tonight. You'll get it when you get it at home. It's #1, and it is an incredible kind of reintroduction to Elvis Presley 25 years after he passed.
Right. It was done by a DJ in taking some instruments added to the original vocals that were done, and it really works well. As we mentioned earlier, it was Nike used it as their primary commercial campaign, and it was associated with World Cup soccer. So this was a big deal across Europe, and then it spread to the United States.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Have a
you.
nice night.
Bye-bye.
All right. Automated ordering, if you can get through right now. This is a worldwide launch. If you're just joining us for some reason, it's an entire hour that's a tribute to Elvis Presley, and this is something that you can't get on eBay right now. You can't download this. This is only available right here on QVC. You can't go to the store and get it, and it is great. Here are 30-plus hits. Number one, 3,000 people have now dialed in London, in America, and this is Suspicious Minds.
Because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see
Love this.
what you're doing?
I love this. I'm sorry, I'm reading a line. I'm supposed to be working right here. Rhythm is something you either have or you don't. But when you have it all over. Is that great? D from Nevada. You got rhythm, D?
Hey, I got it.
Hey, you got it, D.
I've had it since he first started singing.
How long have you been a fan of Elvis Presley, big guy?
Since the first time I seen him or heard him on the radio, and then on American Bandstand, I've grown up with him. I'm almost 60, and I love every damn thing he ever did.
Every damn thing he ever did, huh? Hey, you got to get
That'd be a good quote, too.
This number one set. It's wonderful. It's all digitally remastered, so if you heard him on 45, on LP, on 8-track, on cassette, now you get them on CD. It's just wonderful.
And you
wonderful,
have the new sound of a little less conversation.
Yeah. And
May I give you a 10-second story?
Yes, 10 seconds.
When my TV broke, I broke out my 45s. My 2-year-old daughter saw the Elvis 45 coming out of Blue Hawaii's, with the shirt on and all that.
Yeah.
She looked at the picture and said, "Daddy." Because I looked like him. I used to dress like him.
Oh, he said daddy, huh?
Yeah, she looked at that picture and said, "Daddy."
Had to make you feel good there, bud.
Oh, did it ever. My wife and I laughed for hours.
That's very, very cool. Well, listen, bud, enjoy this. Thanks for being a part of QVC. You got a worldwide launch coming your way.
Have a great night.
You too, sir.
Bye-bye.
As a fan.
Yep,
You know what's
fan.
amazing is these fans of Elvis Presley are fans. Listen. Great song.
Oh, I love
Take a
this
look
song.
at you and me.
I love it.
Are we too blind to see? Do we
Wow.
simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns.
He was great at phrasing. He had an incredible vibrato. I mean, technically, he was a great singer.
He was a great singer.
I mean,
He had total
it wasn't
control.
all moves, it wasn't all hair, it wasn't all clothing. He was, technically speaking, especially in the later years and in the 70s, he was an incredible singer.
That's exactly right. I always point out that in the 70s, his voice was at its best.
Yeah.
He really was at his peak then.
Listen to this. Then we'll go back to the phones. Here's a 70s song. Hey, Verna from California.
Hi,
Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love?
that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of Elvis?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. What made you dial in tonight, Verna?
Oh, I had to have this.
Gotta have it.
These CDs, yeah.
You bet. Gotta have it on CD. It's 30 number one hits and a brand new bonus track. Brand new for Elvis Presley. He's still alive in your heart, huh?
Always.
Wonderful.
My
Wonderful.
daughter was born on his birthday,
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
January 8th.
On January 8th.
January the 8th.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Is she a fan of his music?
Yes,
She
very
can't.
much.
She can't not because it's being played in your house all the time, huh?
Oh, yeah, when she's here.
Enjoy it, Verna.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Vernon.
Bye.
All right, guys. 4,000 people have dialed in. If you want it on CD or cassette, don't miss out. Ships on right around the corner, September 24th. Worldwide launch on here, right here on QVC. If you want to be a part of it, go for it. E11818. Mike, thanks so much. Always a pleasure to have you here, bud.
Likewise. Good seeing you.
We're going to do a real quick review as you lock in your order. Sorry we couldn't talk to Pat in Alabama. Apologize for that, Pat. Final quantities now, Peace in the Valley. Gospel. All the gospel recordings, all 87 of them, Grammy-winning, amazing. E26649. Medium, large, and extra large in the 25th anniversary black denim jacket from Elvis Presley, E31972. Also, the limited edition Freak Elvis Postal Cachet Collage for $40. That's a once-in-a-lifetime piece. CD or cassette, the countryside of Elvis Presley, 21 or 28. We also had the colorized coin, the anniversary Silver Eagle for $33.75. C20203. And the tribute coin and stamp set. It's coins from Tennessee. Fewer than 100 to go around. And stamps, it's $36.25. See 19660. Brand new, fewer than 100 to go around, of the Silvertone Pocket Watch for $32.25. It's J46571. Literally like a dozen remaining in the double extra large in the reproduction blue Hawaii shirt. Now, call it close to 4,000 people have dialed in for 11818. Congratulations to Elvis Presley on another hit. Thanks, Mike. Much appreciated. By the way, Mike coming back at 9 p.m. tonight with a lot of items that you haven't seen within the show. Live studio on QVC, going to be a blast, huh?
With Dan Wheeler, and we have the box set, the brand new box set, Today, Tomorrow, and Forever, which is an absolute gem. I mean, we world premiered that here as well in June, and if you haven't picked it up, tonight's the chance. Kenneth J.
Lane coming up with Krista Pitts. Great jewelry next hour. Stay tuned.
Still ahead on QVC.
Starting Monday, it's a gem of a week on QVC. Look for different gemstone programming each day from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. Specials throughout the week and a 3-hour grand finale on